Welcome to episode 1 of Laugh Out Loud. I'm your host, Kylie. I am so glad that you bitches decided to come join me today. And we're going to have fun. So let's get into it, why don't we? I'm pretty proud of this setup. I feel like it's very cozy, very comfy. First on my list to talk about today. Actually, there's no list. I lied. There's no list. I didn't think about this before I pushed the record button. I just thought, I want to do this. So here we are. Let's talk about Dancing with the Stars, shall we? I don't know if you guys are watching that right now. I am. My friend and her husband, they come over every Tuesday, and we make dinner. Sometimes we make little desserts, and we watch it, and we judge them ourselves, and we tell each other if we agree or not with the judges. I can tell you when I didn't agree. Last week, Jordan and Ezra, 10s. Why didn't they get 10s? Why did they get 8s? That was bull, if you want my opinion. 10s. This one is very controversial because this person is very controversial. People are very, you either love her or you hate her. Whitney. I love Whitney. I think that she is an amazing dancer. I love her on Mormon Wives. I mean, she's funny. You know, she's drama. And let's be real, that's why we watch reality TV. You know what I'm saying? For the drama. But I do want Alex to win. I think that honestly all of them are coming such a long way, but I think that Alex, having zero dance experience whatsoever, she's just so good. She is so good. And don't get me wrong, like, Whitney is good, but Whitney went to school for dance. You know what I'm saying? So, like, she's had practice versus Alex has not, and I just think that she is so good. I think that all of them, I think they're all so good. Now, do I think that she's going to win the whole thing? No. But why, Kylie? Why don't you think she's going to win the whole thing? I'm so glad you asked. Because I think that our little pretty princess, I think that he's going to win. Because this generation is so unserious that I genuinely believe that he's going to win. I do. Also, eye contact is so hard for me. Especially in person with real people. So this is very odd, trying to hold eye contact with you guys. My phone, it looks like this. So that's pretty cool. I don't like that I'm looking at a three-eyed thing. You know it is what it is. Riddle me this, why don't you? I have 3 things that I don't understand. So riddle me 4 things. So riddle me all of these, why don't you? First of all, what is traffic? Why do we have it? Why can't you just put your foot on the gas and go? I don't get it. I don't understand why I sit in traffic for 45 minutes when there's not an accident in sight. You guys are just choosing to not drive. Confuses me. Yeah, so that doesn't make sense to me. Cat litter. I have a cat. I am a cat mommy. And I'm also a dog mommy to Yapper, so I'm sorry. She's mad that I locked her out of the room. Litter? Clumping litter? Why and how does it clump? And why and how does it not fall apart? Bluetooth. What do you mean 2 things can connect in mid-air and communicate? I don't get it. I don't get it. How they just communicate in thin air and my music can play from my phone to a speaker with no cords. It's a little suspicious, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I saw this podcast episode of someone, I don't remember who it is, but they're so funny. And one of the guys was talking about how he was like, well, he was talking about he doesn't understand why we have to go around mountains. Like, why we can't just go through them. Which, that's a valid question, dude. I mean, But there's no winning. There's no winning this. You know what I mean? Because you can either not do that and go around and have people complain that they have to go around and spend more time, or you can cut through and then have people complain that you're cutting down the mountains and the scenery, and you're just never going to win. So anyways, he was confused as to why we didn't just go straight through the mountains, which is a valid question. I mean, it is. The guy said something like, he was basically calling him stupid, and he was like, we can't just kaboom like mountains. And the guy was like, yes, we can. How do you think we built roads? And his friend was like, are you an idiot? Pause. Because that's so valid. If we don't kaboom the mountains, how are we putting the roads inside of the mountains? I stopped watching the podcast, so I didn't get to hear how the roads are made. But do you not kaboom it and then put the road down? It's in the middle, the center of mountains. How do you get to the center of a Tootsie Pop if you don't kaboom it? Maybe I'm the idiot here, but I don't think that I am. Let me take a drink break. My fiance, she just installed a camera up there because I had it on the dresser because this is the animal room, so whenever we're gone, we put them in here. And then I saw somewhere that you can hang them up on the wall, which is pretty cool. We have a blink, so I thought that it was just like surfaces, but you can hang it up. So I had her hang it up so that we can see the dogs and the cats. And now I'm nervous that she's just going to log on and watch me talk to myself for 45 minutes. So that's really cool. Believe it or not, I did indeed record this video 3 times now. Yeah, 3 times now. Because the first time, I was muted. And then the second time, I had the phone upright. And so whenever I was going to go edit it, it zoomed out. This is take 3. What I did mention in one of my other videos that I made, you guys are probably wondering, Kylie, you posted a TikTok that you got rid of these. Why are you using them? I'm so glad that you asked. I'll tell you. I'm keeping it because I think for the most part this is going to be a solo operation. And I just feel like you guys can hear me better on these. I do like them. I thought that I didn't. Well, I don't like them because you can't do 2 at the same time. But I do like the way that they sound. But whenever I have guests, then we will be using these. So I just kept both of them. This is pretty odd, basically talking to myself. My fiance, she works out of town. I don't really talk to people. And so it's just kind of like I'm thinking out loud. Put me and my friends together. Those episodes are going to be fun. But I also feel like it's one of the, where you can have a friend and talk forever. And then the second that you guys need to talk, you have nothing to talk about. I feel like that would be this instance. Like, my friends and I we are so funny. At least I think so. We don't shut up. But I feel like if you put us right here next to each other in front of this camera, and we're going to have absolutely nothing to talk about. So that's cool. Cool. But we'll see how it goes. I do have a few people coming to visit me back from my hometown. So there are going to be a few episodes kind of back to back with people in them. And that's exciting. That's exciting for me, at least. I actually have no intentions of this podcast doing or going anywhere. But I thought, why not? Men do it. Right? Like, how hard could it be? But I just thought it would be fun. If people watch these, thank you. And I hope that you laugh. I mean, it's literally called LOL. So I hope that you laugh out loud. I'm funny until I have to be. I feel like you guys are not going to be laughing during this podcast because feel pressure that I should be funny, and I can't be funny whenever I feel the pressure. Guys, back off. Back off of me. You know how I get. Speaking of hometown, I don't know if we were speaking about it or not, but I'm going to talk about it. I moved. My fiance and I packed up and we moved 3.5 hours away from our hometown. And it is the best thing that I could have ever done for my mental health. It actually, I thought that all of my friends were going to keep in touch, and that just unfortunately didn't happen. So I am not currently talking to anyone back home, which is fine. I've made amazing friendships here, ones that I believe will last forever, and I'm genuinely very happy here. And it also allowed me to reconnect to one of my old friends. We were like best friends growing up, like middle school, junior high, and then we fell off, I believe our junior year of high school. And then she moved to said location for school, and I moved here not knowing that she was in said location. And then we just found out that we were close to each other, and we decided to reconnect. And it's been fun. You forget like how much you miss your friendships, like the good ones. And so it's so funny, like she'll be around and it's like, God, look at us like living on our own. And like, I knew you back whenever we had to sneak alcohol into our rooms and hide it from our parents. I knew you back then. So like, this is crazy. Look at how far we've come. And then there are those friendships where you think that you can like make up and be friends again. And then you're like, oh, you just like get that reminder of why you guys stopped being friends in the first place. Yeah, that is pretty funny. Because then it's like, dang, I got humbled again. So those of you who don't personally know me, hi. My name is Kylie, and I have mommy issues. So it does affect my relationships quite a bit, I think. I'm trying to work through it. I'm going to therapy. Thanks, guys. And a friend of mine, one of my close friends, the other day actually texted me and told me that she feels like that I make her feel like she can't have like other friends or like something along those lines. She didn't say exactly that, but it made me feel horrible because I have had friendships like that where you feel guilty for hanging out with other people, or you feel like, oh, if I hang out with this person, then like I have to make up an excuse as to why I was hanging out with them, or this person's gonna get mad at me, and it's exhausting. And I don't ever want to be that person for someone, especially one of my friends. So that was pretty humbling. Like, I'm glad that she brought it to my attention. Like, now I will be more mindful and I will hopefully think before I speak. But sometimes it is like I moved here, and I cut out all of those toxic relationships, and I just got more firm in my boundaries. And so I thought that I was doing good. I am getting better in a lot of aspects. I'm hanging out by myself a lot more. I'm doing things that I enjoy doing. I have great friendships. I have mature friendships. So, like hearing that from one of your new friends is kind of like, because I thought that I was getting better, which I am getting better, and I'm glad that she brought it to my attention, but it's kind of like, like I thought I was done with that, Darn, I thought I kicked that bitch out. I guess I didn't, so I need to work on that. It's so funny going out. I'm a lesbian. It's so funny going out as a gay couple because there's so much, what's the word? Like, people think a certain thing about everyone in the LGBTQ plus community, but it's just funny at whenever my fiance and I go out. We are not. I think that we would hurt a lot of people's feelings unintentionally because we're homophobic against ourselves, which is pretty funny to me. And I'm allowed to say that because I'm gay. So, like, we'll say something, and people who don't know us, they're like, oh, like, that's how you are. And we're like, yeah, sorry for not giving you a warning. I call my fiance a all the time. I'm going to have to blur that out. But I'm sure you could read my lips. I call her that all the time. She calls me that all the time. I mean, we are. It's funny. This generation is getting too soft. Like, it's funny. What happened to, that's gay. Now we can't say it? What? Girl, bye. I think that it's funny. Yeah, I think that it's funny. I was actually talking to one of my friends today, and she was telling me that one of my sisters looks a lot like me, and I was like, oh, thanks. Like, let me show you my dad. We all look just like him, and I'm showing her a picture of all of us, and I said, it's so funny because back when my sister was gay, like, my dad was surrounded by a whole bunch of women, and she laughed, and she was like, back when? And I was like, yeah, homegirl's dating a dude. That was just like a phase. She was just experimenting with herself. So yeah, at one point my sister was a lesbo. She is not anymore. That girl scared her away from this side of the railroad tracks. But yeah, so it was just funny because my dad, he has 4 girls and his wife, and then I'm a lesbian. So how many is that? 4, 5. So it's 6 women. And then whenever my sister was dating a girl, that's 7. So it was just funny. Like, anytime we would all be together, it's just like all these women. And then you just see one little dude right there with us. And, yeah. Yeah. Do you guys remember whenever Ashby was dressing up as the Grinch? Of course you remember. And if you don't, you're on the wrong side of TikTok because that shit was funny. But I thought, oh my gosh, I should dress up. That is so funny. Like, why don't we do that? Why don't we embarrass ourselves more? Why don't we just dress up as the freaking Grinch or the Lorax or a freaking snowman? Why don't we dress up as these things? It's fun. Like, who made the rule of, oh, you're an adult? Sorry. We're not doing that anymore. Why? But now, I do have to say, for the Lorax, it is pretty annoying because now everyone is trying to be like Ashby and, wanting the fame. So it is kind of annoying seeing all these little Loraxes around. But also, like, I don't care. Like, I don't care. Do what you want to do. But all I'm saying is, like, if I wanted to dress up as a dinosaur tomorrow, it's kind of BS that I can't just walk out without everyone being like, what's wrong with her? What do you mean? I'm just having fun. I'm just putting a smile on your face. So, sorry, Lucinda, that I'm making you laugh. You know what I'm saying? Call the police on me, I guess. Speaking of police, who watches High Potential? Oh, that's such a good show. It is such a good show. Oh my gosh. That should be an episode. We should talk about shows. Speaking of episodes. Speaking of. Whenever I have my friends here, should I Q&A them? That would be fun. If you have watched this far, you let me know if I should do a Q&A. I think that would be fun. Now I'm feeling pressure that I have to be funny on camera. So I'm sorry that if you guys didn't laugh. I'll work on it. I mean, it is the LOL podcast, You guys, like, it has to be funny. Like, how crazy would that be if my podcast was called LOL, then the whole time you guys are watching it, you're like, that would kind of be embarrassing. So if you were straight-faced the whole time, just don't tell me, okay? Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching episode 1 of LOL. I'm your host, Kylie, and I will see you when I see you. Bye. Now I have to edit this video.